Hello. హలో చంద్రకళ వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా? అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి మీరు ఒకసారి. ఓకే. హలో గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే, రైట్ రైట్. Yes, all students, within 2 minutes we are going to start. 11:29 we will start the class. So just wait for the other students. Yes, all students, you can unmute your microphone, and you can use the chat box. Wherever you want to ask any question, you can put it in the chat box. You can find the chat box in the Zoom, in the options more. Okay, or else you can unmute and you can ask the question or any question after the session or in between the topic, right? So within 1 minute we are going to start. Right, it's 11:29. Let us start with this one. So I welcome all the triple E students, the third year students, the new semester. I hope this is the first class you are going to take. Right. The any one student, please confirm, is my voice audible now? Any one student, you can unmute and you can tell.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Clear. Okay, right. Good. Thank you. Now, so what 3-1 semester we got the subject, different subjects. Now our subject is the power electronics, which I already studied in the polytechnic. But what we do in the engineering, what exactly the innovation we do, what is the new thing? So power electronics, first of all, let us have a look at the new syllabus. The syllabus which was designed for your seniors, it is completely different. So we got around 5 units for you people. Okay. We got around 5 units, the introduction to power semiconductor switches and choppers as well as the inverters. We'll get back to the particular point. Let us have a look at where we do start this particular power electronics subject. So first, before we start the subject, let us know what exactly the products an electrical engineer has to develop. If you see the software engineer, they develop the different apps which are useful for the clients. And as an electrical engineer, we should know what we are supposed to develop and what we have to put it in the market. So being an electrical engineer, many people think that we are supposed to generate the power, transfer the power, and utilize it. But other part of the electrical engineering is Doreshasara. Other part of electrical engineering is let us know what exactly are our products. Now let us have one simple animation. So Simicron is the innovation service. Right. So you see what exactly the product. The first product of electrical engineering comes the lift design, elevator design, which can be developed using the power electronics subject concept. So electrical lift is our product. Then electric car, the charging of electric car, how to make this electric car to be dynamic in nature. Every electric car contains the motor. You can have this look here, the motor. If it is AC, induction, DC series or compound motor we use. Electric train is our product, which we are supposed to develop. And how this electric train, electric car are moving? The only answer is with the application of power electronics concept. Right. The escalator system. Here also we use the motors. Motors are controlled by power electronic circuits. Inside any electric train, you must incorporate the power electronic circuit. So discussed in detail the real-time application of the power electronic circuits. Even in the ship system, in order to propel the ship, we are supposed to use the power electronic circuit. So any object has to be moved from one place to another place in a simple format. We require the applications of power electronic circuits. Without power electronics, entire electrical engineering is incomplete. So if you see the electric bus or electric trolley system, all these are our electrical products. We use the motors where the motor speed is controlled by the electrical machine. Even in order to manufacture the smartphone also, we require automated robots. You can see on the screen, these robots also, they work with the concept of power electronic circuits. So every industry, everywhere, we see the application of the power electronic circuits. So what are those circuits? In what way we develop these circuits? We are going to have a look at this one. So first I want to show the power plant. The power plant, wind power plant or solar power plant, the amount of power generated should be controlled as per the requirements of the customer. How it will be controlled? Only with the help of the power electronic circuit applications. So this is one of the company, Semicron, which is going to use the entirely power electronic circuit applications. So first, I'll show you the next application, industrial application of the power electronics. What exactly? Let us have a look at this particular industry where they develop automated fabric materials. So now the cost of the dress materials have been reduced. What is the reason? Initially in the industries we got the manpower, but here now we are using the power electronic softwares. Definitely, this is the company. What they do actually, they develop the different design for the dress materials. So how this dress material designs have been created? The answer is we can even use the MATLAB software, Matrix Laboratory, in which we use the power electronic tool. With the power electronic tool, we can develop different type of dress materials which are automated in nature. So how it is done, let us have a look at this particular newly emerged company, what exactly these people do. So this is the designing part. We are not into the designing part. As an engineer, we are into the back end part. So now we'll have a look at the entire industry. Yes, you can see huge machines are placed inside the industry in order to obtain a different size, different printed fabric material. So what are all these machines? If you see, this machine incorporates the motor. You can see the presence of the motor. So each machine contains the motor. So which motor we use for this type of application? We go for the servo motor. The servo motor, what is the main application? Servo motor, the aim of the motor to control the position of another object. So here our aim is to print the design on one particular fabric. It should be done automatically. Automatically the motor has to rotate. In order to make the motor to rotate at controlled speed, we require the power electronic circuit. So what exactly the subject deals with? We got the power source, power electronic circuit, and one particular motor which is going to control the position of the mechanical load. Here if you see the mechanical load itself is the printing machine. This machine internally contains one electric motor, followed by electric motor is controlled by the power electronic circuit, and power electronic circuit is connected to the power supply. So this industries, now this time every industry and electrical engineer make it automatic in nature. We can install the motors, power electronic circuits, and which are connected to the load in order to obtain any type of output. So in the recent trends in the electrical engineering, so what is the main key role of the electrical engineering subject is nothing but the power electronics. So only I want to show you the application. So what we can do, in what way we can start the power electronics based companies outside. You can see that's why with this machine oriented design, the dress materials or any fabric materials nowadays, the cost has been reduced proportionally. If at all it is a human made, we are going to obtain the maximum cost with long period of time. So only to show the application. So as an electrical engineer, we can develop different motors, and this motor speed has to be controlled with the help of the power electronic subject concept. So now I just get back to the next video here, the final one. So what we can do with the power electronics, we use the power electronic devices, of course. So we do have the loads. How many types of loads we do have? We do have the three different type of loads. One is resistive load, inductive load, and capacitive load. So resistive load, the perfect example is the bulb, electric bulb. Inductive load, the perfect example is the motor, whether it is DC motor or induction motor, both are having the windings. So we take them as the load now. So in this animation, you'll see the SCR. If you are connecting a bulb to the SCR, of course, silicon control rectifier, we'll discuss that one. So what is the advantage of this power electronic subject? So if the bulb is connected to one power electronic device, if an ordinary switch is connected, that switch can turn on and off, that's all. But what is the greatness of power electronic subject is we can control the brightness of the bulb. If you see any textbooks, they mention we can control the power transfer. That means power electronics deals with control of power. So where we can control the power, we can control the power at any desired position. Not only controlling, we can even convert the power. So here in this animation, so first I would like to show you that with the power electronic simple circuit, we can not only turn on the bulb, we can also control the brightness, the maximum brightness, medium brightness, minimum brightness. So this is the requirement of the industry. So if it is the resistive load, example electric bulb, the brightness of the bulb can be controlled by the power electronic circuit application till now in the industry. If I want to control the speed of the motor, what we have studied, armature control method, field flux control method, they are manual methods. We require automated methods. So speed of a motor can be controlled only by power electronic circuit. So now we take part the first definition. So what exactly the power electronics stands for here. Let me maximize the screen. Right. So in short, as you all you people have done the Polytechnic course also, power electronics in general terms, it relates to the control and conversion of electric power. So in a proper sense, when you want to put in terms of the definition, power electronics is a branch of science which deals with control and conversion of electric power at desired position within the power system. So everybody know the definition of power system. So at the generation end, we can use transmission even at the load points, but everything is done with the help of the power semiconductor switching devices. So power electronics, every student has to be perfect as an engineer. The branch of science which deals with the control and conversion of electric power at desired position within the power system with the help of power semiconductor switching devices. Now, what are electronic devices? Everybody know the diode, transistor, MOSFET. So diode converts AC to, people say, DC, but as an electrical engineer, we should say diode is an uncontrolled rectifier. That means if I am having one motor, if a motor is connected to the diode, that diode cannot control the speed of the motor. Diode can turn on and turn off the motor. And that too, diode is an electronic device. So here power electronic device, the very modification is power diode. Power diode is responsible to turn on and turn off the motor, even we can control. So modification of the power diode results in the silicon control rectifier. So what is the history of silicon control rectifier? We take that particular topic. That will be our first topic, how it has been created. But before that, the application. So what are power electronic devices? So diode, transistor, MOSFET comes under the electronic devices. Remember one point, electronic device cannot turn on the electric motor. Electrical motors will be turned on and controlled by only power electronic devices. Power electronic devices can be applied to a voltage of 1000 volts. If I am having the 1000 volts, I can apply directly to the power diode. That is the difference, basic difference here. So based upon the doping concentration of the charge carriers, we develop the power electronic devices. What is the construction? We see now. Silicon controlled rectifier. The name itself is indicating entire industry we use the semiconducting material which is silicon. So why not germanium controlled rectifier? We'll discuss that one. So first, my clarity is nothing but what exactly the definition of the power electronics. So power electronics deals with the control and conversion of electric power at a desired position within the power system with the help of power semiconductor switching devices. This is a perfect definition. What are power semiconductor switching devices? They can be turned on and off. We can have the example of power diode, power BJT, power MOSFET. These are all power electronic devices. So modified, the latest power electronic devices, silicon controlled rectifier. So why it is the name diode? Another name for the diode is uncontrolled rectifier. What do you mean by the word uncontrolled rectifier and controlled rectifier? The current flowing through the load can be controlled only with the help of power electronic devices. Every student should be perfect with this clarity. What is the specialty of power electronic devices? The current flowing through the load can be controlled only with the help of the power electronic devices. If you are having transistor, MOSFET, they cannot control the current flowing through the load. When you say the current is controlled flowing through the load, we can say the power transfer to the load also controlled. So power electronics applications, what exactly the power electronics subject makes you learn. The current flowing through the load can be controlled, power transfer to the load will be controlled, voltage across the load will also be controlled. These 3 points are most crucial here. The power electronics mainly deals with control of current flowing through the load, voltage across the load, and control of power transfer to the load. That means the power values can be varied. So we see before power electronics invention up to 1940s, we do have the mercury arc valves, magnetic amplifiers, which are huge size, which takes maximum power, maximum space, and maximum time to control the power transfer to the load. You can ask one question, anyone, why we have to control the power? So if you are having the fan speed always is not constant. The fan speed has to be minimum, maximum, and medium. So how it is achievable? In olden days, we got the regulators, which are made up of the resistors, which takes maximum power loss. So nowadays, the regulator size has been reduced. All regulators now what we are using in our houses are made up of the power electronic devices. So this regulator size, cost, and the lifespan have been increased. So before 1940s, we do have the mercury arc valves, but from 1950 onwards, we are using the power electronic devices. The first device which we are going to discuss is the silicon control rectifier. Now, next, my question, next slide, just more. Yes. So if you see the most important question, many in interviews, the government sector jobs, people ask, why only the silicon control rectifier? The best examples of silicon semiconductor are silicon and germanium. You can see GE stands for germanium, and the germanium is immediately we do remember 0.2 to 0.4, silicon 0.6 to 0.7. So what is this value? This value we say cut in voltage, cut in voltage. The voltage at which electronic device turns on, it is called cut in voltage, whether it is a diode, whether it is a transistor, or whether it is a SCR. The voltage at which one electronic device or power electronic device is turned on is called the cut in voltage. Germanium requires only 0.2 to 0.4, but silicon requires, let me admit certain students, silicon requires, okay, silicon requires the voltage 0.6 to 0.7. This is the most important difference. Many people mention silicon control rectifier. Yes, why not germanium? Germanium advantage is 0.2 to 0.4. The voltage at which the electronic device is turned on, if I'm using the germanium material, it is 0.2. But for silicon it is 0.7. But still every industry we go with the silicon only. Why not germanium control rectifier? The answer is silicon control rectifier reverse saturation current. The current due to minority charge carriers is in the range of microamperes, whereas the germanium is in the range of the milliamperes. If temperature increases, this reverse saturation current value also increases. So what will happen? It will lead to the heating of the device. So in order to overcome that disadvantage, silicon is best suited for the power electronic devices development. So everywhere we use the word silicon control rectifier, but not the germanium. So this is the basic introduction clarification. We just get from this particular slide. Let us move on to the next slide here. Right. So what is the main advantage of power electronics? Power electronics subject deals with control and conversion of electric power. The control is nothing but to control the brightness of the bulb for resistive load, to control the speed of the motor, whether it is DC or AC. What is the second advantage of the power electronics subject? Application. So power electronics applications in power system. This particular point is very important. So what exactly the power system? We do have the transmission lines, generation, as well as the feeders. Now you can see this particular image. Let us say, imagine suddenly the load on the power system is increased. When load increases, you can have the left side of the image. Whenever the load increases, the current flowing through the load increases, but the voltage value starts to decrease. But in practice, we should maintain the value of the voltage as constant. If constant voltage is not maintained throughout the power system, all our devices will not work satisfactorily. We can achieve the blinking of the bulbs as well as the sound created by the different motors, machines, the washing machine, the fan. So what is our aim? Whenever the load increases, the current decreases, current increases, the voltage value starts to decrease. Now, power electronic circuits or controllers which are placed in substation, they will maintain the value of the voltage constant. So you can see that in power electronic applications in power system maintains voltage levels constant and control P and Q. The P and Q is nothing but the active power and reactive power. So we generate the active power through the transmission lines. Reactive power is created because of inductors, capacitors. Our aim is nothing but in order to transfer good quality of power, always active power should be greater than reactive power. So we should increase the value of active power, and always active power should be greater than reactive power. It is possible. It is controlled with the help of power electronic controller. So today's introduction class, the first very important point is what are the applications of power electronic subject. So application of power electronic subject deals with control of motors and even control of power within the power system. So power system deals with generation, transmission, distribution, and utilization. But here the most important point is how we are going to control the power. With the help of power electronics concepts, we control the power. You can see the right side of this particular image, entire power system, the values active power, P and Q stands for the active and reactive power. Active and reactive power values are controlled, as well as the voltage values are maintained within the constant values with the help of the power electronics constant. So two most important applications of power electronics is power electronics controls. Power electronic circuits control the speed of the motor, they control the position of the devices, as well as they control the value of the power within the power system. Okay. Let's go back to the slide. So you can see in short, controlling the brightness. So now just have a look at this particular slide. Now, what is the main application here? If you are having the resistor load, control the brightness of the bulb with the help of the power electronic circuit, speed of the motor with the help of power electronic circuit. So what is the basic modified version of power electronics? We use the word electric drive. Electric drive is a combination of source, power electronic circuit, which is connected to the motor, and motor is supposed to drive one mechanical load. The mechanical load position has to be controlled. The position will be controlled by the motor. So power electronics basic block diagram and the control unit feedback, it relates to the control system. It is not related with our subject. So power electronics deals with, is a branch of science which deals with control and conversion of electric power at desired position. If you see, if you're having one electric vehicle, the wheels are the mechanical load, and wheels must be connected to the power electronic circuit. That power electronic circuit, what are the different types we are going to discuss? The power electronic circuit is powered by the electric supply, which controls the speed of the motor. So this is what the introduction class we want to highlight. So very next class, what we do, we just take the what are the different categories of the power electronic subject here. Right. Let us check the syllabus now. The syllabus is the power electronics. The first unit is the only the introduction of different power electronic devices, which we do that one. Okay. And next, silicon control rectifier applications, AC to DC conversion, bidirectional current to unidirectional current, and fixed DC to variable DC. Yes, we all do this particular thing. So very introduction class, I want to highlight only the applications of the power electronics. Now we got the time. Any student, you can ask any question, you can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat box. What exactly after completion of the diploma in the power electronics also, what you can do with this power electronics. You can put in the chat box or you can unmute and you can ask any question freely. So as it is introduction, just want to focus on the two topics, two main agendas. Power electronics is a branch of science which deals with control and conversion of electric power, desired position within the power system. Why only silicon? Because the answer is silicon reverse saturation current is in the range of microamperes. If silicon is turned on, when the temperature increases, then also the silicon will be operated within the safe limits. This is the one particular explanation, application of power electronics and to control the speed of the motor. Okay, with this introduction class, we close for the day and we just move on with the topics, with starting of the unit from the next class. I hope the 40 minutes it will be there, the class Zoom version. Right. Any questions, anyone? You can ask any doubt as what you have experienced in the Polytechnic also. Definitely here we deal practically all the circuits, how the current flows. One simple question I'm asking, what is the definition of the bidirectional current? Anyone? You can unmute, you can answer. Bidirectional current. So the current which flows in two different directions is called bidirectional current. The current which flows only in one direction is called unidirectional current. So entire power electronics subject we deal with the bidirectional and unidirectional, right? So I'm going to end the class right now.